Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to our platform, and thank you so much for joining today. Okay, guys, so today I want to talk about something different. To those of you who are not following my Facebook pages, there is a visa I posted on my pages, my two pages. Anyways, if you check the video description box, you are going to see links to my other platforms. You can follow the pages from there. So someone got a visa to Portugal yesterday and told me about it, which I was very happy. And he equally gave me instructions to encourage others by posting it on my page, though covering his details. Yes, so the person happens to be a Cameroonian, but it looks like he got the visa from Nigeria. So when I did that post, many people were like, oh, Milton, we want to get more details from. So many people were asking questions, so I had to reach out to him if he would like to share the information, which he said he is willing to share. So the details are here. I'll be reading from my other device so that you guys can see, but he asked me to keep his identity secret, so I will only share what he asked me to share. To those of you who are not following my pages, Facebook pages, you can then follow from there. So but first, he said, like I told you guys, he's a Cameroonian, but it looks like he got it from Nigeria. The first thing I would like to tell you is that he didn't go to Nigeria by sea, he went by road, because he just asked me now, but he just told me now, but I'll be giving you all the details, right? Thank you. So I'm doing this because he told me to encourage others, because some people are like trying to give up, but it's not that easy. But you shouldn't give up, and again, it's cheap for Cameroonians. He spent approximately 4 million CFA francs. I think 4 million CFA francs should be how many thousand? If you check my video on proof of funds to study in Portugal, you are going to see I mentioned that if you are the one sponsoring yourself, you should budget at least 8,000 euros, which is approximately, I think, like close to like 8,000 euros should be like 5 million. But it is what it is. He spends less, because these things, most of the time, you have to show more money to prove to the visa officer that you have enough to cover for your living expenses. You understand? So I'm going to be giving you the details that people ask. So he applied to the University of Minho in Braga. That's what he said. Okay, then he equally said the tuition fee is 5,000 euros. I don't know which program he applied for, but that's what he said. Then equally, he said, I just paid 1,000 euros for the first installment, and they sent me an admissions letter. An offer letter was first sent after I paid the 1,000 euros, and an admissions letter was sent. So in all, just know that for when you get the admissions, you have to pay 1,000 euros as tuition deposit. I always say it, not so. So please, you can begin to calculate how much you will need now, but in all, know that you should have at least 4 million CFA francs in your account, or 4.5 or 5 million. It's good to go. But listen to me to the end so you understand. Now, then after he said transportation alone to Abuja, I budgeted around 100k CFA, because we have settled Niger immigration on the road. So now let me explain a little more here. Like I said, he is a Cameroonian and he applied from Nigeria, which means that he had to go to Nigeria. According to what he told me, he said VFS appointment from Cameroon was difficult, and it's true, because some people have been checking and they have been updating me. Then he also said the embassy recommended him. He also said the embassy, I don't know which embassy, but I know it's the Portuguese embassy. So the embassy recommended him to VFS in Nigeria. You get my point. So that's why he had to move to Nigeria, and you cannot just go like that. You have to settle immigration. Right? Excellent. Though we can go to Nigeria, us as Cameroonians, we can go freely, but you have to still drop something. So that was what happened. Let me read the other details that he asked me to share. So like I said, okay, now he said I had 10 million in my bank statement with some supporting documents from my mom. Now, if you watch that video I did on a proof of funds to study in Portugal, you will hear me mention the fact that if you are using a sponsor, you are good to go with just 4,000 euros, right? Yes. But he said, I had 10 million in my bank statement. In the bank statement does not mean that in his bank account. Maybe it was his mom's bank statement, which is good to go, and some supporting documents from my mom. I also showed my employment contract with pay slips and also a study leave from my superior. I hope you are understanding me. These are all the things I always share on this page, right? So for people who are not watching my videos, you are missing a lot. You have to show, because he is now saying that probably maybe the money was in his account. I do not know, but I'm just sharing what he asked me to share. I cannot go more than that, right? Also, I showed, okay, I've read that. Then in all, bro, I spent about 4 million. Now this is to those who, okay, he said almost 4 million. In fact, just put it that he spent 4 million, right? So I told him not to give more details, but he said when he travels, he will give more details. So don't worry. Later on, I'll be bringing people who have traveled on this platform, so that I will be doing that very, very soon. I have a project that will be running very soon. I'll be doing this on this YouTube channel in a form of a live session. You call, I add you, and you understand. Then also on my Facebook pages, maybe Instagram and TikTok as well. Then he said they should also know that getting appointment from Cameroon is not easy via VFS. Now, for Cameroonians, you should know this. The embassy recommended me directly to Nigeria. All right, so that's what he said. Then also excluding the money in the bank statement, well, he didn't say more about that, but he told me he went by road. If you are from Cameroon, the driver doubles your transportation fare to settle at each checkpoint. So you understand, my dear Cameroonians who are listening. So what he is saying is that if you are going from Cameroon to Nigeria, and if you are using the road option, I think, is it Mamfe or Ekok? I don't remember. But Cameroonians watching me, you should understand that if you want to go and apply for anything in Nigeria, you have to choose their option. This guy went through road. Some people go through the sea, but I don't like water. No. So I myself, if in case I want to do something like that, I cannot go through water, right? So please put this into consideration. He said the driver doubles your fare so as to settle at each checkpoint. I hope you get. Then the 100k is for going and coming back. Exactly, because I know to go to Nigeria is like 35,000. So if you go and come back, it's like 70,000. Therefore, if they are to settle maybe one control or the next, it may go closer to like 90,000 or 95 or even 100. So it's fair. Then he said 100 CFA, 100k CFA is equivalent to 200k naira when we change at a Ekok border. So this is the detail he gave me. So guys, to those of you who want to apply to Portugal, please put in effort, right? One thing I forgot to ask him is if the university gave him how are they calling it, if the university gave him an admissions letter before he legalized his documents, right? So I'm still going to ask him. Probably when I ask him, I'll attach the details to this video. So I would like to know if he got admissions before legalization, or he applied, got admissions, or he did the legalization before they gave him admissions. I'll ask him and attach to this video immediately, so that you should know what you are also doing in case you want to apply to the University of Mino. Okay, on the authentication part, remember, I always say authentication. You have to do authentication, you do legalization, then you do verification in case you want to move to Portugal or Austria. So he just mentioned the details to me now. What he did was he did authentication, let me say certification from your school. Then he took the documents to the Ministry of External Relations, which is also Foreign Affairs, right? Yeah, he took the documents there and did authentication of the documents. Then when he had his admissions, that's what he said. I had admissions before legalization. So when he had his admissions now, he went to Abuja. I had admissions before legalization. When I arrived Abuja, I took the legalized documents. That's the legalized document he's talking about now, are the authenticated documents. That's how it's called. The authenticated documents to the Cameroon High Commission in Abuja for verification, right? And stamping. So you understand. So before you move to Nigeria, make sure you do your authentication at the Ministry of from your school anyways, certifying them, then taking them to authentication to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then when you go to Abuja, take them to the High Commission in Nigeria, the Cameroon High Commission in Abuja, for verification. And I hope you understand. So that is what you need to do as a Cameroonian. For Nigerians, the process is different. I explained this in a couple of videos on this channel, so that you have to start from Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then you book an appointment for legalization, right? Then authentication at the embassy. Oh, you understand what I mean? So this is a Cameroonian. I already gave you all the details you need. We are going to be talking about proof of funds to study in Finland very soon. Remember, you can move to Portugal with your family, and also Portugal also accepts family and welcome many families in this country. This is a good country. So if your money is less, stop targeting Canada, US, UK, Australia. You move to Portugal, you start your life from there. It's a European country. You can always move anywhere within the Schengen zone or the European Union with the visa you are going to get to Portugal. I hope this video is clear. We are going to talk more later on till we meet again in another one. Bye bye.